Michelle Smith. Salute to everybody in the building. Damu North Dallas, I see you, my guy. Nika One Time, Pamela Morgan, King and Queen, Dirty Red Vibes. Salute, y'all. Salute, y'all. Long away. BMG Boss Dog. Let's go. Salute to everybody in the building, y'all. Here we go, y'all. Let's get into it, man. I ain't gonna make y'all wait too much longer, y'all. Salute from Wichita Falls. I see you. Wichita Falls in the building. Beauty 88. San Diego's finest. AZ King. Salute, y'all. Too thick for you. Salute. Let's go. Charleston White is here. Y'all load this thing up. Look, make sure y'all hit the like button. If you are not subscribed to the channel, this your time, dog. Subscribe to me. I don't know why you hating on me, fam. Bro, if you ain't subscribed to the channel, this is the time to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know anytime I go live, y'all. Get the likes up, y'all. We finna bring Charleston White in here, y'all. Get them likes up. I'm looking at it, y'all. Get the likes up. If you are in here with me right now, if you rocking with us tonight, smash. This is your time. Smash that like button. If you're getting here just now, Angela Adams, smash the like button. Let's go. Let's turn up. This your boy Just Say No to SKO. I'm something new in the DFW. You dig? I'm the Black Geraldo.
I love it. I like that.
We talk about different topics, but we also bring people here to speak for themselves, y'all. And on Just Say No to SKO,
yeah, that nigga say he the Black Geraldo.
So let's get into it, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Okay, bet. Okay, we got people coming in here. Let's get right to it. DJ Rickster, I see. Flag on the plate. What's good? What's good? DJ Rickster. Let's go. Hey, y'all, I got him in the building, y'all. Salute, y'all. Charleston White, y'all.
Say, man,
headphones on. Hold me my headphones real quick.
Yeah, that nigga, that's what I'm gonna start doing right there. Yeah, that nigga working the crowd.
Yeah. Hey, nigga, like an MC, nigga. You see what I mean? Like an MC.
Yeah, you working the crowd, my nigga. That's what I'm finna start doing. Yeah, I like that shit there.
Working these niggas, man. Let's salute to the SKO gang, man. This the squad over here, Charleston White. This is welcome to Just Say No to SKO, fam. Like I say, I'm like the first hood talk show. You feel me? I'm like a hood talk show, fam. Over here, we discuss a lot of different topics. We discuss a lot of different shit you know what I mean? Topics that we done seen you, discuss online as well. So it's only right, my nigga, that I brought you here so we can sit down and break down a lot of things, bro. So salute to you, Charleston.
Shit, I'm an open book. So shit, nigga, whatever you want to know, yeah, let's talk, let's dialogue.
Let's go. Let's pop it out. Let's get it poppin'. Look, first, let's get into it, fam. Take me back to them goddamn me. Take me back. Take me back to them 90s, fam. Take me back to let's start backwards real quick. What was Charleston White doing as a young nigga, as a teenager? What was Charleston White doing back in the 90s, fam?
I was a kid, homie. I was a kid that came from a good home. I was a kid who was taught to share, so I was sharing. I was a kid who had compassion, and I was empathetic for my friends and my peers who was less fortunate than what I was. So I was a kid in sixth grade, in seventh grade, when my mother bought me a brand new pair of British Knights or a brand new pair of Elise. And you had the old Nike Cortez, I would let you wear my new shoes. Yeah. I would go home with your old shoes. And my mother say, boy, where them shoes that I bought you? And I say, Mom, I let my friend wear them. Boy, you better go get. So I was that kind of kid.
That's real.
So tell me this. Do you fit growing up? Did you have mama and daddy in the crib with you?
No, I just had my mother. I've never had a man live in our household, but my mother had boyfriends. So I don't know too many brothers growing up in the 90s that had a father growing up. That was very rare. But I do know some guys that did. And looking in hindsight, they was always different than us coming out of just the house with mom. They seem to have a little bit more attributes that we lacked as little boys. We didn't know what it was back then, but me looking in hindsight, that's what it was. They had male traits to mimic and male characteristics that they can inherit from just being in the presence and in the home of a male. And so nah, man, I just had mama, and even mama wasn't in the home because she had to go to work. So
mama
when we
had to go to work.
So
hey, how did you get along with mama boyfriends? Cause nigga growing up, I got into it my teeth with some of the niggas my mama dated. Nigga, I ain't gonna lie, that's my police called all kind of shit. Nigga, how did you get along with your mama boyfriends?
They wasn't around. They was there for the fucking. and we didn't even see him there for the fucking. So my mother sheltered us from men, cause growing up during the '90s, it wasn't a lot of quality of men for women to date. You know, niggas was dope fiends, niggas was players, niggas was gigolos. Our uncles was woman beaters. Our uncles was crack sellers. So
Right.
my mother tried to limit and keep to a minimum our exposure to negative males. So she had boyfriend, but they never came to the house. Or if they did come to the house, it was a high and by. They didn't have access to rearing us.
Okay.
Man, I had television. I had cassette tapes. You know, the cassette tapes. I had videos, and then I had the negative images of black males, such as my uncles, my mother's cousins, and the other people that we would see out in the neighborhood who we heard or they told us that he was this or he was that. But just having a man influence, it really wasn't around growing up.
Tell me this, man. You spoke on that. You spoke on, you know, back in the '90s, a lot of niggas being on that crack rock. Take me back to that time, fam. What do you remember about that crack era hitting, and how you seen so many niggas who once had some, or people that once had some, just fall down? Nigga, break that crack era down.
I never seen the effects of men falling from crack. I didn't see men.
Okay.
My mother moved out of the ghetto, so I didn't see the effects of crack. My grandmother got on crack. We knew my grandmother was on crack because my mother would go look for her.
Damn.
My aunt B, she was on crack, and how we knew that is because she started neglecting the children. So my mother would have to go get the kids, and my cousins then would have to come stay with us. But I never seen the effects of crack. I grew up in an upper middle class community. My mother was very, very financially well off. So we didn't really start seeing, unless you lived with a crack addict, unless you was in the hood, we saw the effects of crack from the DARE program.
Yeah.
You know, the drug abuse resistance education program.
Yeah.
So I never seen it.
The Just Say No program.
Yeah. So I never seen it. When my uncle Wayne was coming back and interacting with the family, and he was falling from being a big time pimp, we didn't know Uncle Wayne was on drugs. We didn't know that. I didn't see the effects of crack until I came home from doing a 7-year incarceration in 1998.
Okay, and let's talk about that. Let's get into that, bro. You said you came home in '98.
Yeah.
Okay, you came. So that means you went in when you was young, fam. Break down how young you was and the charges.
Listen, he
that
did
you,
17.
That you for, bro.
I was 14 years old, and me and three of my buddies. Well, I ain't even gonna say my buddies, homie, because I didn't hang out with these kids. We was just. Well, I'm gonna say they was three kids. Caught up into my mind, right? I ran away from home. I was on this crime spree.
Damn.
So you know, the whole intent wasn't never to kill nobody, but you know, children carrying guns, children shooting guns, kids packing guns is a recipe, you know, for disaster, right?
Yeah.
Make a
And
mistake.
so we broke into my girlfriend's house, who father was a Dallas police officer.
Okay. Hold up. So you broke into it was a chick you was dating already. You was already dating her.
Yeah, she was my little girlfriend. She was my girlfriend. So we knew each other from 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. So at the time I was dating her.
So you've been over to the house before? You ever been to the crib? Or?
I live right around the corner from her.
Oh,
Yeah, we stayed.
damn.
Yeah, I stayed a street over from her.
Cold.
So tell me this, nigga, take me into the mind of a young Charleston White. What made you want to go kick the door into your girl? Or just, you know, what made you want to break into your girl crib?
Children commit poor. I wasn't poor, right? So we wasn't committing crimes to buy food. We wasn't committing crime because we needed shoes. We was breaking into houses and committing crimes for the thrill. It's the thrill of it, right? The excitement of doing it. And plus, we knew there was things in there that we could sell to the older guys. And plus, her dad was a police officer, so we knew there was a gun in there.
Okay.
So we just committing crimes, homie. We just being delinquent, right? That's why they call you a juvenile
Young and
delinquent.
dumb.
You break windows.
Yeah.
You break into abandoned apartments.
All kind of
Not
shit.
not that this is normal, typical behavior, but this is normal juvenile delinquent behavior. And so I was a normal, typical juvenile delinquent, right? Misguided, no father figure, mom worked, spoiled kid, right? So man, we just out committing crimes, skipping school, being rebellious, running away from home. Not that I had a bad home life, but I don't want to do what mama say do. I don't want to follow mama rules. And then mama starting to get strict. During the time that I committed my crime, homie, there was a term that parents were starting to learn. It was called tough love.
Yeah.
Prior to that, the word tough love had never been spoken to a child. So here come mama
Right.
with this new word talking about I'm finna start showing y'all some tough love. Nigga, by this time, we 12, 13. Well, I'm 13, 14. My brother, 15, 16. So I'm not understanding my mother. She's changing too, right? So she's becoming a better mother. She's becoming closer to God. So
Yeah.
she's changing. At the same time as she's changing for the better, her children are starting to change for the worse, right?
Right,
So
right.
now we're going into that adolescent stage of life where children are start to rebel from their parents, where children are naturally start to resent their parents. Why? Because mama putting down rules. Mama starting to say no. Mama's starting to say, okay, if y'all ain't doing good in school, you can't do this. Normally, mama go do it regardless. So I'm not understanding this as a kid. On top of the fact that dad's not around. So I'm feeling unloved. I'm feeling unwanted. I'm feeling abandoned. But I don't know how to identify these feelings. Black people we can't identify these as in the black culture back then.
Right,
Tell me
right.
this. What about the little homies you hanging around?
Hold on, hold, let me. I'm trying to take you to that, to what makes a kid start hanging around the little homies, because none of us came from street mothers. I know very few niggas whose mothers was crack addicts. Most niggas I know, mama was hard working. She wasn't on drugs. She
Right.
wasn't a party mother. So I know very few niggas whose mothers was on drugs.
Me too.
So all of us end up becoming criminal, right? Because we was running from something, trying to run to something, acceptance. So leaving out of mama's house with all of these issues, we flock together as boys. Birds of a feather flock together. So you start doing things to impress this one. This one might know how to steal cars from his older brother. So you learn how to steal cars from him. So now all of us are doing things. Delinquent, juvenile delinquents. So it's not that we bad kids, homie. Now they done institute the no pass, no play. So now niggas is getting kicked off the football team because they can't pass. You see what I'm saying? So now, then when you look out into the community, all of our mothers are at work. So what we in the doing? We in the community just walking around, riding bikes, going over girls' houses, fighting, getting into it. So what happens, the culture, black culture, start giving us tools, start creating activities for us to do. Dope dealing, gang banging.
Right.
Before us, children couldn't sell dope. Before the 90s, nigga, you couldn't find a kid standing on the block hustling
Right.
with the old guys. The
I
old
swear.
guys would make you go to school.
Yeah.
It was the so-called OGs that started taking children and putting children with guns and dope sacks on the corner.
I swear.
The elders did, the old guys didn't do that.
He
The
right.
OG mindset did that, right? So I'm just out, homie, just trying to be accepted in a group of juvenile delinquents. My other friends who don't break into houses, my other friends who don't steal cars, my other friends who's not drawn to the criminal, I'm starting to get away from them. My homeboy Patrick Williams, Darion, them niggas ain't breaking crime. We all got a group of friends who could break law, and then we got some that don't break law.
Right.
Yeah,
I
niggas
swear.
actually do they work at school? Actually,
Yeah.
good
So
niggas.
I'm with them niggas up until 6th, 7th grade.
Yeah.
I'm more drawn to just having fun, doing delinquent. I'm not criminal. I'm not drawn to the criminal. It's not until I started hanging. So that's where it led me to becoming criminal, hanging out with other guys who was doing criminal things as kids, stealing cars, breaking into houses.
Yeah.
When the street lights.
So it's a school day. Nigga supposed to be in school.
I ran away from home. Take it to the house. When we get all the stuff that we get out of the house, we take it to the older guys so they can pawn it.
Yeah.
So, you know, they play us out of everything. We just keep the gun, get a little money for some brew, and that was it. That's all we know to do. We don't know to, man, let's go try to build a picnic table. We don't know, say, man, let's go try to work on this car. We don't know this. All we know is, man, it's exciting, it's fun. So a lot of children are really just out committing crimes, homie, for the thrills and the feels.
Right.
And we throw our life away for thrills and feels. And so that's what ended up happening. That was for thrills and feels.
So that was the case. That was the case for that case.
I was sentenced to 12 years.
12 years.
Murder some hours.
No, okay. So you went down for a murder. So that's what you went. That's what you did. You said 12 years.
Yeah, 12 years.
12 years for a murder. Now break down. You know, you said that situation earlier that day, just being out with your partners, y'all just, you know, mischievous young niggas looking for something to get into that day, fam. How did the rest of that day play out?
Man, the idea was just to go to the mall, steal some starter jackets. There was this. It was a teenage club called. It was in Grand Prairie by